Hi, I'm back. I'll be reading chapter 3 of 1000 Gifts a Day to Live Fully White Well. You are chapter 3, First Flight. Gratitude bestows reverence, allowing us to encounter every day EPIPHANIES. Those transcendent moments of awe that change forever how we experience life and the world. Sarah, BANBREATHNACH. The window in the den is open wide. The carved loon and the mallard sitting still on the sill. The heartwood of a tree hewn into a longing wing. In a French kitchen, I walk too, cutting cucumbers. It's drifting in on July, and I can hear it up from the riverside pause of child laughter, the stream running smooth, and the steady cucumber discs fall to the china plate, their own green platters full of a summer. She has a vase by the sink, tall with the foxglove spires. The four pink lips flecked with drops of scarlet, and I can just see how she would have cut each stalk carefully and carried it in her beauty for the woman come to the tap for water. A for water. Medicinaal Bloom for heart failure. I remember reading that of foxgloves, a heart strengthener. Did she think of that when she cut them, thinking of me coming them in? Voices wander in the open window too, with the smoke and the sizzling, their broad backs hanging over flame and the grill, all dripping. I'm hungry. My blade slices wings of the green. She stands at the stove, stirring a sauce. Us parents cooking for the broads we have born, and I almost don't hear her when she says it. You have changed. She turns to me, and I turn to catch the words. I have. She's caught me off guard. I'm thick-tongued, and the cheeks flame, and I reach for the pitcher to pour the cups full and distract from her, catching me, trying to take wing. Yes, you have changed. Sally sets her pot on a trivet, her eyes on me, and I can feel them, and I just set out the glasses. I don't say it, but I am thinking she may be right, and I had felt it for months. The maturing, the swelling, the something different that had begun to happen to happen. But I had thought the recreation was still EMBRYONIC, a bud of hope. I hadn't thought it had fully bloomed. I hadn't thought that anyone could see the light in the eyes. It's that Liz you have been writing, isn't it? She clatters down bowls. I concentrate on pouring the water steady into each empty cup. A fly cuts the surface of one for glass. I can see it, the wounding of water. Yes, there a moment, and yes, it's the list. The wound, the water soothes, fades, heals. I may have always known that change takes real intentionality, like a woman bent over her garden beds every day with a spade and the determined minded will to grow up something good to strengthen the heart. I may even have known that change requires more than merely thinking the warm and fuzzy thoughts about a door and a way through, and that Greek word EUCHARISTEO, holding the mystery to the full life and ever after. But none of that at all meant that I knew what to do. How in the world, for the sake of my soul, do I learn to practically pick up EUCHARISTEO, the word I had underlined as a firm foundation to lay down under all of my days? How in the world, for the sake of my joy, do I learn to use EUCHARISTEO to overcome my one ugly and self-destructive habit of ingratitude? That habit that causes both my cosmic and daily fall with the saving habit of gratitude that would lead me back to deep God communion to live at all I needed to know. I had read that too, written by a wise man of old, JeanPieDeCaussade. When one is thirsty, one quenches one's thirst by drinking, not by reading books which treat this condition. If we are dying of thirst passively reading books about water quenches little. The only way to quench the parched mouth is to close the book and dip the hand into water and bring it to the lips. If we thirst, we will have to drink. I would have to do something, but I hadn't known at all the day I laid aside the books about EUCHARISTEO and picked up a pen to begin that list that I was really taking down, swallowing the first real drink, and how I transform, or that the transformation would be so visible. It was a dare, like a love dare of sorts, and I take it one clear November morning, not at all unlike that long ago November morning that a blood soaked the ground, and I can never forget. It is the beginning of list season, list of holiday menus, list of handmade project, list of half to buys. They are scattered and stacked across the counter around my desk when a friend dashed off digital digital line blink, blinks up on my screen. She dares me, and I don't even blink. Could I write a list of 1,000 things I love? I read her line again, as in begin. Another list to name. 1,000 blessings, 1,000 gifts. Is that what she means? Sure. Whatever. It's not like I thought that this is the coughing, the flying, the healing of my wounds sometimes. You don't know when you are taking the first step through a door until you are already inside. I grab a scrap paper out of the ash woven basket at the end of the counter one with a child's drawing of St. Patrick. I think, I think, headed to Ireland because he's in a boat. And those really do look like shamrocks on his sleeve. And I flip it over across the backside on a whim, a dare. I scratch it down giftless. I begin the list, not a gifts I want, but a gifts I already have. I already have. One. Morning shadows across the old floors. Two. Jam piled high on the toast. Three. Cry of a blue jay from high in the spruce. That is the beginning, and I smile. I can't believe how I smile. I mean, they are just the common things, and maybe I don't even know they are gifts. They are gifts. Really, until I write them down, and that is really what they look like, gifts. He bestows. This writing it down, it is sorta like unwrapping love. It might fit like a glove. 16 leafy life scent of the florist shop. 17 the creak of her old knees. 18 wind flying, cold, wired in hair. And when the house sleeps, all heavy, and only the dog barks crazy, out on the lawn, up at the cold, wow moon, I look down at a day one of counting all the way up to 1,000 gifts. I run my hands across the page. I see again frames of the day, a live album in miniature. Writing the list, it makes me feel happy all day. I can hardly believe how it does that. That running stream of consciousness, river, I drink from, and I'm quenched in a surging stream of grace, and it's wild how it sweeps me away. And I add one more to the list to feel it all again. I can't understand why it does that, and yet too the list it feels foreign, strange, long. I am woman who speaks but one language, the language of the thought, discontentment, and self-condemnation, the critical eye, and the never satisfied. And wasn't this I finger the corner of the page neatly numbered well. If all these were gifts that God gives, then wasn't my writing down the list like receiving, like taking with thanks weight. And he took bread, gave thanks, and broke it and gave it to them. Gave thanks. This crazy dare, giftless, its language lessons in EUCHARISTEO for real, but EUCHARISTEO is the word Jesus whispered when death prowled close and his anguish trickled down bloody. He took the bread, even the bread of death, and gave thanks. I looked down at my list. This things that I am doing. It seems so crude, trivial. If this list is the learning of the language of EUCHARISTEO, this feels like GUTTURAL groanings, but perhaps the fall of grace vocabulary begins hearteningly simply, like a child thankful for the childlike. But doesn't the kingdom of heaven belong to such as these? At first, it's the dare that keeps me going, and how happy it makes me giddy. This list writing of all that is good and pure and lovely and beautiful. But what keeps me going is what I read in that Bible lying open on my prayer bench, looking out the window to the snow fort, the fort with the door in the wall. It's Paul writing the letter to the Philippians. I read the 4th chapter. I almost don't see it, but Paul repeats it twice in only 2 sentences, so I don't miss it. I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live. I know how to live on almost nothing, or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. Philippians chapter 4 verses 11 and 12. I read it many times, grouping for the latch. There it is, the secret to living joy in every situation, the full life of EUCHARISTEO twice. Paul whispers it. I have learned. I would have to learn EUCHARISTEO. Learn EUCHARISTEO. Learn it to live fully. Learn it like. I know my skin, my face, the words on the end of my tongue. Like I know my own name. Learn how to be thankful, whether empty or full. Put the list. Teach me, even that hard language over time. Gratitude in the midst of death and divorce and debt. That's the language I have got to learn to speak, because That's the kind of life I'm living, the kind I have to solve. If living EUCHARISTEO is the key to unlocking the mystery of life, this I want the hunt, the long sleuth, the careful piercing together, to learn how to be grateful and happy, whether hands full or hands empty. That is a secret worth spending a life on learning, even if it takes a Rosetta Stone of decades. I wake the next morning and I grip my pen ink to crack the code. Mr. KLUMPENHOWER slides the mail into the clunky mailbox at the end of the lane, the one I painted. Martha Stewart's Bont maple syrup, but it really is more. A blonde red. I stand at the window and I hold the pen. I write it down in my journal 22, mail in the mailbox. And when my grandma's BONAFIDE Wood and a pressure cooker from the 50s full with the potatoes bubbles the steam all decency over kitchen windows come noon. I hold the pen and I write it down clear 23. Grandma's pressure pot stair dancing. Thanks is what multiplies the joy. It makes any life large, and I hunger for it. And when I'm in the produce section of ZEHRS Market, looking for a just ripe clump of bananas, and I look over and see an old man, all white whiskered and bent, looking for the just right card in the Hallmark aisle. I grab the journal from my bag and I hold the pen and I write it down wobbly. 24. Old man looking for words just perfect. I know how this makes me feel. I think I'm beginning to know why. How EUCHARISTEO always precedes the miracle, even joy in a supermarket. So I can't say I'm surprised when I read the words of Martin Luther, author of those others 95 of those 95. These theists nailed to the door of the castle church NNWITTENBERG. But he did say, if you want to change the world, pick up your pen. This does feel like my own reformation. All things wood and hard, giving way to the sky, recording gifts to reform. I pick up a pen and write the other God gives all these things. All these things I had blithely and blindly push past before, and the list is my thanks and EUCHARISTEO is, I swear, an oath, opening up the heights He says it too, John Piper. The things I am discovering me with a hot pen in hand, that moving the ink across the page opens up the eyes that he may not understand how it sheds light, focuses its lens, but he only knows that there are eyes and pencils and in pens. Eyes and pencils and in pens. I hold the same pen, the one with eyes that, in due time, might just decode the whole of EUCHARISTEO. I am hard after it because the picking up of a pen isn't painful, and it can be cheap medicine. And I just might live. I hold the pen. The cataracts clear. 37 windmills droning in day's last breeze. 38 wool sweaters with turtleneck collars. 39 faint aroma of cattle and straw. A nail is driven out by another nail. Habit is overcome by habit. Erasmus said that contemporary and admirer of Martin Luther. When I read this thought, I am surprised because I had never known, and I am sad for all that would have changed if only I had. I looked down at the pen. This pen I keep wielding, one writing whole way all the way to 1,000. This pen. This is nothing less than the driving of nails driving out my habits of discontent and driving in my habit of EUCHARISTEO. I'm hammering in nails to pound out nails, ugly nails that Satan has pierced through the world. My heart it starts to unfold light in the dark, a door opening up. All these years, it's been utterly pointless to try to wrench out the spikes of discontent, because that habit of discontentment can only be driven out by hammering in one iron sharper, the sleek pin of gratitude. I hammer 54 moonlight on pillows, 55 long lips prayers, 56 kisses in dark, and in a house sleeping, my heart rings. In the morning, my former husband comes in from the barn, smelling of hogs. We lost another liter. This morning he washes at the sink, dries, those rough mid-hands dark and work worn on a Jinahan towel draped over the cupboard. All of them stillborn. I soother, a sigh with a smile, weak and was sighing. He takes it regardless. Yeah, he too smiles soft. A hand letting go, and our eyes hold each other long. At the table, I pour milk over porridge. The farmer sinks down into his chair at the end, lowers his head in prayer. He thanks God for the substance. I pray for some of that too. I watch him eat his 3 days stubble. It's brushed with flakes of cracked corn, remnants of what? Of what? He fed to the sows this morning. The neck front of his t-shirt is stained with sweat. He works 4 hard hours in the barn feeding hundreds of sows, and the sun is just now measuring up to the table. The glass of orange juice set out for him. Sit, untouched. I know what he would never tell me. More cold sores on the inner wall of his mouth. Stress. It's just that this thing, this sickness, getting to South, getting to him, has no name. It's been months. He sent feed samples to an international lab, one various water trials, called in the vet to run a multi-pronged battery of tests. Nothing, no diagnosis for this spike in late term miscarriages, the loss of litter after still shriveled litter. I told Craig that I think it's bio, not environmental. He reaches for a second piece of toast. The farmer and the vet have known each other since grade school and the soccer field and Good News Bible Club. He asked if we could reconfigure production data to analyze symptoms by PARITY. I hand him his 2 vitamin C tablets, some strange patterns, and the thing that makes no sense. So, sows testing pregnant when they aren't. You can hear the swoosh, swoosh with the ultrasound, but she's not pregnant. Why? I'm getting good at feeble half smiles. I clear off the table and he reads scripture. We do this at the close of every meal. This morning, the book of Amos, the prophet herdsman with the name. That means burden bearer.